Okay, so we go to that tutorial now. So this is another tutorial that I wrote before. So it says go into the Slick source distribution that you downloaded and extracted. So that would be SE320 libs Slick. This is our source Slick distribution. So make a copy of the source SRC folder and name it test SRC. So we're going to do that. So we're doing these so that we can run the tests and we can edit the tests ourselves. So we're going to go Slick SRC. I'm just going to do copy. I'm going to do paste. Now I have SRC copy. I'm going to do test SRC. Okay. So dig into the test SRC folder until you see many folders including tests, and delete everything except for test folder. So let's do that. Test SRC, I'm digging into it, and I see many folders. I've got tests. I'm going to select everything, deselect tests, and then I'll do shift delete. I just deleted everything except tests. So in the tests there are the bunch of test programs that come with Slick. Okay, so create a Java project in Eclipse. Add the Slick libraries as explained there. We're not going to add them individually because we added them as a library, user library. So yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to create a Java project in Eclipse. I'm going to call it Slick tests. I'm going to file new Java project. Slick tests. Enter. Okay, now just like I did with Hello Slick, I'm just gonna right click, say build path, add libraries, user library, next, Slick, finish. So as you can see, Slick just came here. Otherwise I would have to add these jars by hand. So for all my new projects I can just do this, right click, build path, add libraries, and add Slick from there, and I'll be set. So drag and drop this test SRC folder to the Eclipse window on your project in Package Explorer. Select copy. So let's do that. So I've got my Eclipse here, got my Slick here, and I'll go up to lib Slick. So I got my test SRC folder here, and it says drag it where? Drag it into the Eclipse window on your project in Package Explorer, select copy. So let me do that now. So I'm dragging it right into my project. And I select copy, I say OK. So as you can see, test SRC got copied here into my project in my workspace. And what's next? Right click to the test SRC in Package Explorer, select build path and use as source folder. Okay, so let's, if I can go back to Eclipse, yep. So as you can see, my SRC folder has a little package in it. My test SRC doesn't. So Eclipse doesn't know that this is a source folder. So I'm going to do that. Build path, use as source folder. Now it has a package image next to it as well, and some build warnings which we don't care about now. So these are all the test classes that it came with. Okay, so let's see what's next. Drag and drop the test data folder to the Eclipse window on your project Package Explorer, select copy. So pretty much the same thing with test data. Okay, copy into Slick test, copy, okay, it came here. This is not a source folder, this has a bunch of images and stuff so that our tests can find them. So I'm not going to make it a source folder. So now if you expand test SRC in Eclipse until you see the test files such as animation test Java and stuff, and right click to any of them and say run as Java application, you should see the test file run. Okay, let's do that. So expand, and I see the tests here, and if I right click any of them they should run. So there's animation test, that was kind of interesting. Right click, run as Java application. So as you can see, we got Homer Simpson walking, and this one, if I press 1 then this one walks, if I don't, space restarts it. Yeah, so there we go. There are many tests here Yeah, so let's look at the test a little more. There was one test that I couldn't show in the class because I was using the nightly build. Is it like OpenGL or something? Test, could it be this one? Probably not, but let's, we can go ahead and run these and see what they do. This is a menu system. Then we have a bunch of others. It doesn't seem like I can find it. One of these was using OpenGL to draw stuff, raw OpenGL, if you wanted to. But you can look at them and find them. And you can actually edit this source. So you can double click. We got animation test.java. For example, we have ping pong. What I'm going to do is I'm going to right click, open call hierarchy, or I could do Control-Alt-H. So yeah, these are the places that ping pong is being used. And in render, it says draw string, and then it's also being used here, this draw function. As you can see, since I added the source of Slick, I can see what these are doing. It is coming from the source code, these documentations. Width and height, so I'm going to make it larger as I did in class before. For example, 6. I'm going to make it really fat, I believe. Yeah, that's the width, yeah. So let's save it and right-click animation test, run as Java application. And my Homer Simpson is really fat now over here. So, yeah, so you can go ahead and look at all the test files here and see what they do. And whenever you need something, whenever you need to do something, you can come here and, if you remember how, for example, we opened the menus test, you can open the menu test and see how menus are implemented and things like that. Sleep callable test. Let's see what this one is. Oh yeah, this is the one that draws OpenGL, custom OpenGL code. So this gear here is being drawn using OpenGL, whereas everything else is being drawn using Slick calls, which call OpenGL, but you're not seeing the OpenGL code. So let's see how it is. Slick callable test. Double click. I'm gonna double click the source code to see it bigger. And init render. Yeah. So yeah, it's called the renderGL function. The callable. So you can use this kind of pattern to run it. And renderGL in our Slick callable test, it's raw GL calls, GL load identity, and GL material. Doesn't use GL begin and GL end, it seems. It's using a pause. Yeah, it's using it here as the light source. And the rendering. X mode, frustrating X mode. It seems like it's not doing the rendering here. Yeah, gear code, yeah. So gear. It's drawing a gear here, yeah, GL vertex, GL begin, GL end, right? So yeah, this is how you can add OpenGL, raw OpenGL code in your application. Okay. Yeah, so this is it for now, I think. Yeah, so there are some more examples that are in jar files. Let's see them as well. So what it says is add lib slick examples jar and add lib slick util jar from the slick distribution to your project, just like you added the other jars. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do right click, build path, add libraries, no. Add external archives, yeah. So, and add libs slick examples, lib slick util. So that's the slick source code. Libs slick, lib slick examples, and Yeah, Slick Util is not here because this is the nightly build, but Slick examples will do. You have to download the Slick Util separately. Let's see, yeah, so this one has some source code. You can run them, but since they're in jars, you cannot edit them. You have to copy them to another source code. So here we have lights, for example. I don't think we can run the light one because it doesn't have a main function, but light tests run as Java application. So as you can see, this is light, OpenGL lighting. Slick uses it. So if you want to do like fog of war, for example, you can easily do it. I think if I press L, I toggle it. And yeah, C changes the color. So it's pretty cool effects. Okay, so scroller class. Let's see if it runs. Yeah, it does. So yeah, this is a tank game. I'm controlling it with the arrows, so it's scrolling. So you can learn how to scroll your world using this one. Okay. And yeah, so there was one in the Slick tests. There was a isotile test. This is not in the regular distribution, but only the nightly distribution. So if you want to create an isometric map, then you can look at this. So isometric is like turned 45 degrees, not looking at straight. Okay. Yeah, so whenever you want to do something, so you can read the code, debug, edit, and play with them. Whenever you want to do something, you can come back here and try to find a sample usage of what you want. So let's go ahead and download that Slick util jar as well and see what it has. So it was in where we download Slick. Yeah. So you can see Slick util nightly build. So I'm just gonna right click, save link as. My libs Slick util, save. I'm gonna open Slick SE320 libs Slick util. I'm gonna extract it into Slick util folder. Slick util, and here we have a bunch of jars in Slick util jar. So let's take a look at that then. I'm gonna add it to my project. Slick tests, build path, add external archives, libs Slick util, lib Slick util jar. I'm also gonna add its source code because I don't think I can see their source code right now. Yeah, I can't. Slick util jar, right click properties, Java source attachment, external file, Slick util src. Okay, so now I can see its source code. Good. Okay, so let us try to see what's in there. Yeah, so there are some tests here as well. Yeah, just one test utils class. There are a bunch of utilities in this Slick util you might find useful. You may find them useful in your game. For example, font, color. I didn't look at them all, but OpenGL, there are some things that your code might use. And it is testing all of them in here. So you can look at the source code to see how it's using them. But let's just run it and see what it does. Java application. Yeah, it's playing music. It says LWJGL world. I'm sure it's doing a lot of interesting things, but we can't tell. Let's look at the source code. Test utils. Render has, yeah, a bunch of OpenGL code. Color, texture. It seems like instead of setting the color by hand, you can use like the color class. You can create new colors or use existing colors like this. And texture, I think it created this texture right here. I'll just control click and then do call hierarchy init. Yeah, so the texture class I think comes from the Slick OpenGL. Let's see, it is in Slick jar actually. Okay. So you can play with these. This is another example of source code. I just wanted to show that it exists. Yeah, and as I said here, read those codes and debug them, edit and play with them, and see how they work. Okay, so I hope this set of tutorials help you get started with Eclipse. If you have a question, an issue, anything, you can go to the class website. You got my email here, gazian.ieu@gmail.com. And yeah, hopefully all of you will be able to run Slick soon. And there are also tutorials in the wiki that you can follow, and Slick forums. The wiki is when you search for Slick2D, or you just go to slickcodecode.com. There's a documentation wiki, and in here there are tutorials, and I believe this is what we followed in class, the playing game. And there's this one has tiled and maps and a platformer. This is another thing that I demoed in class. So this one and this one, what we did in class. But you can look at the other things as well and have an idea on how to develop games with Slick. It's really easy, you just need to put some time on it. And yeah, hope to see you in another tutorial video. Bye for now.